This video is truly a Mean Girls inspired story about bullying gone wrong. If you're not familiar with the 2004 star-studded classic Mean Girls, first of all, shame on you. But secondly, it's a story about a nice young girl who transfers to a new high school, shut the hell up, and has to navigate the nasty hierarchy of popularity and cruel behavior common amongst high school age girls. Spoiler alert, the nice girl wins, which is the same real life outcome we're about to witness in this video, just amplified by 100x because the advent of the internet has made vigilante justice a bedside hobby for lonely people.
Watch my confidence disappear after these random girls make fun of me for taking pics. Okay, feeling my Spice vibes. Was this necessary?
Thank you.
Criminally offensive side-eye starts recording me. Telling her bestie it. I can literally hear the whole convo. Realizing they are talking about me. Feeling super self-conscious. I wanted to cry.
So a couple things struck me here. The first is that TikTok still makes me want to thrust a cattle prod into my cerebral cortex, but it's part of our culture now, and I've learned to accept it. Also, human behavior is so interesting, because you know this girl behind her would never be doing this if she was by herself. Probably would be too busy looking at her own phone or taking her own selfies, but for some reason, groupthink makes people rationalize shitty behavior in their brain. It helps them justify being cruel for the sake of looking cool in front of their friends. So she's photobombing in the back, flipping the birds, snickering with her friends, pointing, laughing, yelling, lame, all because this girl wanted to take a few pics to post online. Assuming there was no prior relationship or interaction between these two parties, totally unjustified. Now don't get me wrong, okay? Sometimes I want to bully people too that don't know how to just enjoy experiences beyond their potential to rack up a few internet points for rolling a shutter the whole ass time. But this is how humanity operates now, especially younger generations that grew up this way. So what Jackie was doing here wasn't unusual at all and certainly didn't call for any sort of ridicule. So you guys can probably guess what happened next by this point, right? She posted the video online to TikTok and sweet tender titty sweat did it go viral. 40 million in a couple days, shared on Twitter, millions of views, front page of Reddit. The two chicks behind her who decided they're gonna do a little bullying. We're gonna do a little, ha, look at this loser trying to take selfies. Yeah, they are about to find out what it's like becoming the internet's public enemy #1. And my, oh my, did they fuck around and find out. According to Insider, one TikTok that was viewed over 7 million times showed a screenshot of one of the girls' personal Instagram accounts. Many more users circulated what they believed to be the identities of the women, including details such as where they studied at college, LinkedIn accounts, and businesses where they believed they were employed, prompting internet users to leave a slew of one-star reviews on the company's Yelp page. What these girls did was shitty, no doubt. But the lengths people go to try and ruin someone's life in the name of justice is just incredible. The reality is some people just love being cruel, and if they find a situation like this where they're able to justify it in their mind, mean bully at baseball game, they must die. Well, they're all gas, no brakes to bring as much chaos and pain as humanly possible into the life of a stranger. The irony is, they feel justified and righteous while doing it, when I'd argue they're just as shitty as the person whose life they're trying to ruin. Another thing that happens almost every single time a group of internet vigilantes gets together to try and ruin somebody's life is somebody completely unconnected to the situation gets caught in the crossfire. In this case, it was this chick with the same color hair, but honestly doesn't even look that much like the girl bullying in the original video, but people are so quick to try and jump on the bandwagon. The same groupthink argument. On the other side, people abandon any sort of reasoning and critical thought and just pound on people. They don't even know, they don't care. They just want to see chaos and ruin. This is a little snippet of this girl's response.
Like, I'm fine. My family and I have been dying laughing at the people absolutely cooking me on Instagram, especially for the burnt bean comment. Because many young girls who deal with body image issues, and like the comments I was getting were insane. That I don't feel good about saying this, but I feel like there are people who just want to be mean, and this was like their excuse to do it.
Absolutely 100% agree. So many of the people that get involved in these things to the extreme are just genuinely cruel people that use the veil of righteousness to justify them indulging in that thing that they love so much.
And they went so far. Like, they were harassing my mom and insulting her too, and she did nothing. But one of the worst things, it's like they would individually message like my friends and say that I was cheating on my fiance.
This is just a random girl on the internet, completely unconnected to the situation, and she's got personal friends getting messages from strangers that she's cheating on her fiance. It's just so hard for me to wrap my head around the lengths people will go to get involved in these things. And this is like I said, this chick was caught in the crossfire. Fortunately, she seems like a decent girl, but there are examples of times when these internet witch hunts have resulted in innocent people having their lives absolutely destroyed. So after a crazy week for all the involved parties, Jackie posted an update video just trying to give people some insight in what had happened since going mega viral.
Hey everyone, it's Jackie here, and I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much to those who have been so kind and supportive over the past few days. I would have never thought that my brother taking pictures of me at a game for 3 minutes would turn into all of this. After posting my video,
I mean, in reality though, when you posted that to the internet, when you decided to post that to TikTok and you subtitled it and commented on it, you kind of knew what you were going for though, right? I mean, you can never really predict you're gonna go this viral, but it's not like oopsie daisy, like you knew what you were doing, which I'm not saying it was the wrong move. You know me, I'm all about shaming people on the internet that are acting fools, but let's not pretend that behind your somber demeanor currently, you're not like, fuck yeah, baby, let's go.
I received several responses of people being able to relate to the same thing that happened to me that evening. And it's become clear that bullying doesn't just stop in childhood or teenage years, but it can follow you into adulthood. And that's a little concerning.
The reality is there is no shortage of assholes on this planet, and that's never going to change. We call it bullying when people are younger, more malleable, and there's often a disparity in emotional maturity between the parties involved. But as you age up and hopefully have a more solid foundation of self to rely on, we just call it dealing with assholes. And I would say that beyond death and taxes, dealing with assholes is probably third on the list of life's absolute certainties.
Even though my feelings were hurt that night, there was no need for more hurt. Lisa, Alondra, and their families do not deserve hurt. I do not condone the threats. I don't condone the bullying. I don't condone the harassment to them or anyone else.
Fair play, but you did upload that to the internet. Again, I'm not saying you anticipated this would happen, but anyone that's been on the internet for more than 15 minutes knows that when things like this go viral, the people that were the perpetrators in this case have their shit absolutely torn apart. And that's one of the issues, is that very rarely does the punishment fit the crime when it comes to internet vigilante justice, right? There's no like, hey, let's shame these people a little bit, but maybe not send them death threats and threaten their family and destroy their lives. We can just embarrass them, so maybe they'll think twice before doing that again. It's always one complete extreme or the other.
Yesterday, we met under mediated circumstances.
What?
In a completely voluntary meeting in order to express and reflect upon this experience and our actions that evening and moving forward.
I'm sorry, you met with them under mediated circumstances? Oh, that's funny, man. I don't have time to explain why that's funny. It just is. Trust me, bro.
They both gave me an in-person
nice.
apology. And honestly, that's all I wanted. It's all
Case
I was
closed, right?
waiting for, really. And I forgive them, and I really appreciate them for apologizing to me in person. I hope that this experience just makes us more aware about each other's feelings and makes us more empathetic towards one another. Thank you again for listening to me.
Fair play to her, man. I don't know, she seems like a sweet girl. Whether or not, I mean, the response seemed a little bit rehearsed, contrived, whatever. Whether she's sugarcoating her genuine feelings because she's in the spotlight and wants to deliver the perfect thing to keep the halo around her head for the internet, that's totally fine, though. That's her prerogative. Punchline here is, just don't be an asshole, and you have a greatly minimized chance of going giga-viral over something trivial and having your life ruined by the Neckbeard Reddit coalition of vigilante justice. You know, the scope of bullying and how that's defined and its consequences has really changed rapidly in the digital age. I'm definitely not against people having to be accountable for their shitty behavior. It's just taking me time to adjust to how differently incidents like this are dealt with, for better or worse. Kindness is free. as they say, or I saw it on a plaque somewhere one time. Now smash subscribe, hip thrust the like button, and kindly fuck off. See you in the next video. Peace.